which one of them pays well. And I said, in as much as money is a good motivator, you should love what you do. You should enjoy what you do and read about all those roles. For us at Nibeltech, we have a free short courses on, I think, a couple of these courses. And it's maybe 5 minutes course or 6 minutes course. It would give you more like a general overview of what Scrum is, what Agile is, what project management is, what product management is, and then decide which one you want to go for. The next one is to have a mindset shift. For us, especially those that are transitioning into tech, and I believe for most of us Nigerians, we usually think, can I do it? Is this really meant for me? Or you've even started and someone said, do you even know what you're doing? And you're like, hey, am I good enough? And this happened to me as well. So for me, when I self-studied Scrum, I did my certification and everything like that. And then I was interviewing back to back. No job. Hey, I was interviewing. And then someone said, it's only interviews that you've been doing. We've never even gotten a job. And at that point, I was thinking, or I started doubting myself. So for you to be successful in this journey, you need to have a mindset shift. You need to make sure that imposter syndrome is not your thing. It will happen. You will feel like, do I know what I'm doing? Do I know what I'm saying? Yes, you do. And you need to just keep at it. Believe you can do it. And that is when you will do it. If you're doubting yourself and you're not sure of yourself, why would you want other people to believe you anyway when you don't believe in yourself? So that is the first step. In as much as, okay, you know what, I want to do project management, I want to do Scrum, I want to do business analysis, then you need to believe in yourself that you have all it takes to deliver and you can do it successfully. The next point is to identify your transferable skills or your soft skills and your soft skills. So what are the skill set that you have now that would help you be a great Scrum Master, for example? What are the skill set that you have now that will enable you to be an amazing project manager? Do you have excellent attention to details? Are you goal-oriented? Do you love to support people? Are you a natural born leader and all those things like that? You need to write them down, identify your skill set as well. Do you have excellent communication skills? Do you love to make friends? Do you have stakeholder management skills? Have you been able to work with people from different locations and things like that? Understand those skills and list them down. This would be the arsenal in your armor that would help you on your journey as well. The next step is where we come in, which is to attend a bootcamp to speed up your transition. I always tell people never underestimate the power of a bootcamp or training program. And that's because there's so many things that is packed into that training program. So for us at Nibeltech, our trainings are between 6 to 8 weeks long and sometimes 10 weeks, depending on your capstone project. All those things have been designed for you to learn as much as you can learn in that time frame. And so imagine someone, so for me, for example, it took me 2 years to get my first Scrum Master role. And I've seen people on the training getting a job after their first interview, second interview, fifth interview in 1 month and 2 months as well. So a bootcamp definitely helps speed up that process. And that is why Nibeltech is here to support you on that journey by giving you the accelerated platform to achieve your goal of transitioning into tech. The next one is for you to do an internship or volunteer to get the right experience. So while you're training with us at Nibeltech, you are also interning with us. And that means everything you get to do at work is what you will do while you're with us. So for a Scrum Master, for example, you would facilitate your daily stand-up calls, you will run your retrospectives, you do your sprint planning, you write your reports, you track your progress on Jira, you do all those amazing stuff as well. For project managers, you'll be part of delivering functionalities within your project. You support your Scrum team in delivering value. You understand the requirements from your stakeholders, work around your project mapping, your documentation, and making sure that everything is aligned to what you want to deliver. So all these are what you would do while you're training with us on the bootcamp. The next step is for you to get certified. For me, I love certification. And because of my experience as a recruiter, and I'll say as an interviewer as well, your certification definitely lets people know that one, you've invested in yourself, and two, you know what you're doing. So it just gives you that assurance or gives people that assurance that, okay, this is a person, you say you're a certified Scrum Master, you know your stuff around Scrum, and you've been able to take time and effort and also spend your money to take your certification. So that kind of lets us know that to an extent you're professional in your field. So please, by all means, get certified. Also, we would direct or will support you on which certification to take, either for project management, either for Scrum, for business analysis, or for any trainings that you do with us. The next one is for you to find a mentor and network. So find someone that has done what you want to do and reach out to them. So when I started my journey, I reached out to people on LinkedIn. To ask them questions. What do you think I'm doing right? What do you think I'm doing wrong? What else can I do to help me get my first role? So find a mentor. Also, a mentor has seen what you've not seen, especially on that part. So the mentor will be able to direct you to say, okay, you do this, take this step, talk to this person, take this certification. And then last one is for you to network. Reach out to people of like minds. Reach out to them on LinkedIn. Reach out to them on Facebook if they are on Facebook. Another one will be for you to attend networking meetings if there is any around you. And all this definitely helps to broaden your scope around the people you meet. And some people even get a job by just networking as well. So please take your time out to network. Any question on this before I carry on? And please, if you're raising your hand, I might not be able to see because I'm just using one screen today. So any question, or can we carry on? All right. I guess I have a silent class and I'll take the silence as a no. Let's talk about technical and non-technical roles in tech. So for every tech company or for every tech job, it's not always around coding and programming and all those amazing stuff. So in tech, there are different type of roles. So we have the technical side of tech and we have the non-technical roles in tech. And for every company that delivers value that is tech focused, they would always have a mix of these people in their organization as well. So for example, for technical roles, you have software developer, those are your programmers, you have your data analyst, your data scientist, you have your information or security analyst as well. You have your computer system analyst, data engineers. And also for the non-technical jobs, you have your project manager roles, your scrum master roles, your product manager roles, your business analyst and your digital marketing roles. There are also loads of other roles in tech that are not coding related, or you don't need to code to do them. Please, can everybody hear me okay? Someone said my volume is low. Is that still the case? Simi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. It's just really low. That's just the issue.
Okay, Simi, do you want to see if you can log out and then log in again and then see if it's
all right? Then I'll try that.
I'll just stop for you to join. Yeah. All right. So as I was saying, when you hear a tech role, don't always think, oh, you need to be good at mathematics to do it. You need to know how to code to do it. You need to spend years and years in the university doing computer science degree. No. For some of it might be so, but for some other roles in tech, you don't need to do any of this as well. So what are the skills that you need to transition into tech? I just listed quite a few of it. And one thing to notice, if you have the skills, yay, happy days. If you don't, you can intentionally start developing yourself and improving your knowledge of this skill set and also how you can support yourself to get better or to adopt these skills as well. The first one is communication skills. In tech, you will never work in isolation. I always say this. And for everybody that's gotten a role from Naval Tech, they can always tell me that there's never a day in tech that you would work and you will not talk to anybody. So you need to have excellent communication skills. It is important. And that is the way you express yourself and also the way you listen and take back from other people as well. We have teamwork and collaboration. Like I said, you'll be working with a group of people or groups of people, and you would need to learn how to collaborate with people without fighting, without stress, without strife as well. And also learn to respect people and respect their individuality as well. Problem solving is key. For people that work in tech, there's always something going on. And for us, that means you need to have a strategy in which you address problems or in which you solve problems. So I've worked with quite a number of people that would see a challenge and they would all go negative and say, okay, it is not right. It is always have a strategy in which you can address and solve problems as well. Moving on to servant leadership. So you need to learn how to serve other people and also to lead them. And when we say servant leadership, it's not the way our government in Nigeria does leadership. For us, when we say servant leadership, is you there to serve people more. And then when you lead by influencing. So you don't lead by force, you don't lead by forcing things down people's throats. You lead by example and you suggest ways in which people can deliver value. You don't tell them to do things as well. You need to have attention to details. That is really, really important. Learn to take notes. Ask if sessions are going to be recorded. If they are, go back and listen to those sessions as well. Ask the right type of questions. Take notes. For me, I have sticky notes all around. You can have sticky notes to write things down so you don't also forget important stuff as well. Creativity and analytical skills is important. Effective planning is also good, and people management, especially for people that will be project managers and scrum masters. You need to learn how to manage people. You need to have emotional intelligence. You need to understand how to deal with different people with different temperaments and different mindsets and upbringing as well. So all these are key skill sets that you need to thrive in tech. And to just touch briefly on other roles that are in tech that are not programming related or you don't need to code. You have the product owner role, you have the agile coach role, the delivery manager role is also really, really good. You have project lead, software tester, and this is now manual software tester. And then you also have cloud engineer as well. A lot of people have asked me, what are the benefits for working in tech? I think I have some people working in tech on the call, but I'm not going to put them on the spot. I'm just going to talk about, from my understanding and my experience, what are the benefits of working in tech. The first one is better remuneration. That means the pay is good. So it depends on the role that you want to go for, but definitely working in tech pays well. Either you're in Nigeria, either you're in the UK, no matter where your location is, you should be able to earn well while you work in tech. Also, we have a flexible or better work-life balance. So that means for me, like I said, I'm a mom of two. I work most times remotely and I'm able to do my school runs, still come back and work, pick up my kids in the afternoon, come back from work, and sometimes even work fully remote months on hand from the house as well. So you have the ability to have better work-life balance and also flexibility around where you work. I think some companies in the UK are introducing you working maybe 4 days a week, and some were introducing you working 1 day a week in the office and then 5 days or 4 days at home. Also, there are growth opportunities. I started as a Scrum Master and I've been an Agile coach, I've been a delivery manager, I've been a release train engineer, and that means you can improve, and that links to the next one. There are great career paths as well. So you just don't need to stay in one field or in one role and say, that's it for the rest of my life. I'm just going to be a Scrum Master, nothing else. There's nothing bad in it if that is your thing, but if you want to grow in your field, there's absolutely loads of opportunities as well. And then there's high demand. So for people that are in Nigeria, I always say, don't just limit yourself to the shores of the country. You can work from anywhere in the world. Presently now, I think a significant number of our team members at Nabeltech are based in Nigeria, and they are doing amazingly well. So that means you can work from anywhere in the world. There's high demand for people that have the right technical skills, the right knowledge and skill set to deliver value for organizations. And no matter where you are, they would pay you for your services and you can work from anywhere as well. So please just bear all this in mind as well. So now I'm talking about the salaries of non-technical roles in tech, and I'm using the UK salary as a benchmark. And that's because you can also get a job from a UK company, from companies that are based in the US and things like that. So Scrum Master role in the UK usually starts from £45,000 up until £80,000 a year. The business analyst role is between 35 to 60, but as at recently, I've been seeing a lot of business analyst roles that is earning quite more than £60,000 as well. And the project manager role in the UK is from £45,000 to £75,000 a year. The product manager role is quite similar to the the project manager as well. The software tester, manual software tester now is between 25 to 45. And the product designer, which we call UI UX people, earn between £35,000 to £60,000 a year in the UK. So these are just more of an introduction to how to help you understand ways in which you can transition into tech, the steps you need to take, and hopefully enable you to be able to transition successfully into tech. I'm going to take a pause here and take any question that we have. Any questions so far?
Yes, please.
Go on, Zainab.
So I can see the payment for both the Scrum Master and the Project Manager. So what about if someone is doing both? Is it still going to be in the same range?
Most times so now I'm going to try and use the UK law. Most times in the UK, we try not to make both the same. So we try not to let you have a Scrum Master role and a Project Manager role, because in as much as you might think their roles kind of are aligned, there's still fine lines between them. So what I always tell my students as well is try not to fall into that trap, because then your attention might be divided. But if it happens that you're acting as a project manager / Scrum Master and they pay you the same grade, then you have an opportunity to negotiate for more, especially if you're just getting the role and they say the role is a PM SM. So feel free to negotiate higher as well. It might be higher than this, but this is basically the benchmark for the pay in the UK.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome. Any other question before we crack on?
Yes, I have a question.
Go for it.
I joined late, but I just wanted to ask if after the program, when applying for jobs, can we use you guys as a reference? That's my question.
So after the boot camp, because you are practically, the moment you start the training or you start the boot camp, you're practically our staff. So yes, you'll be able to use us as reference. And the project you're delivering is going to be a project that you're delivering under Nibeltech Consultancy. So the project is not for the bootcamp. The project is for the companies outside of the bootcamp. So you've been part of our consultancy business as well. So yes, you will be able to get reference from us.
I have a question too, please.
Correct?
I have a question as well, please.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so my question is, if at the end of the day, we're able to transition into tech from whatever profession we're coming from and learning on the job, does this still continue with Enable Tech? Maybe you have a project you're doing and you're not able to proceed. Can we still contact you to guide us, please?
So one thing I always tell my people is, and I always call us my people, is because for us at Nibeltech, we are one gigantic family. So it's not that you come to the training and then bam, that's the end of it. So you still get on-the-job support. You still get mentoring from me and from other professionals within the field that have gotten jobs from Nibeltech as well. And they can mentor you, they can support you. And even when you start work and you're stuck, my students have a code, so it's called SOS. So the moment you send SOS to me, I practically know that it is urgent, it is important. I'll drop everything I'm doing and I'll give you a call and we'll get that sorted as well. So yes, on the job support is definitely part of it. Definitely.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other question? Good morning.
Yeah, I have a question. So do we like sign a contract, a binding contract, or after the boot camp, we just like, is there a contract that will have to be signed?
So we have a terms and conditions document that will be sent to you at the beginning of the bootcamp or once you've made payment and you've been onboarded. And that for us is our own binding legal document. So yes, you do have something legal that binds you to Nibeltech.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question before we carry on? All right. And I want to give a quick shout out to our project management trainer, Evaristos. I can see you on the call as well. And I can see Joe. So I hope you're doing okay. All right, let's carry on. So now we're going to just talk briefly about what project management is, what you should expect from the role, and what Scrum Master is, and what you should expect from the role as well. And then what's left for us is just to listen to a couple of testimonials and then take questions. So I always use a very, very simple analogy to explain project management. And for you to understand PM better without all the big English and technical terms, I want you to see project management as an endeavor that you engage in that helps you to deliver value at the end. However, you have to set your time and your budget before you do that endeavor. And you always ensure that whatever endeavor you kickstart, you deliver is at specified by maybe the product or the project owners, the stakeholders, the organization as well. So I'm using the layman's term. But now let's look at the real definition or explanation of project management. So we say it's an organized and systematic approach to planning and executing of a specific goal or project as well. And the most thing that we always bear in mind for project managers is to make sure that you're delivering value within the time frame as set, you're putting your budget in place, and you're delivering quality at the end of the day. So it also involves you as a project manager coordinating different moving parts and pieces. That means coordinating the resources to achieve value, ensuring that you're working according to the set guidelines. Project managers play a key role in overseeing the delivery of any project you're on. And for this bootcamp, most likely you would be delivering a technical project. So that would be a software project. It might be an app, it might be a software, it might be a game, it can be anything at all. So whatever you're delivering as a project manager, it is your goal to ensure that you deliver it H-free. That means you deliver it on time, within budget, and to quality at the end of the day. Making sure that your stakeholders are satisfied with your end result, your project owners are satisfied that their money has been well spent as well. I'm going to give you an example. So let's say, for example, we want to plan a wedding. The wedding has been set to the 1st of December 2024. And we've been given this wedding project on the Naval Tech Bootcamp. So that means the time frame we have to deliver this wedding is between now and the end of the year. The budget we have for the wedding, for example, is £1 million. That means whatever we want to do, everything we want to buy, anybody we're going to recruit or get to deliver value for us for that event, we need to make sure that everything is within our budget, which is £1 million. And then before the planning kicks off, I'm guessing you would meet with maybe the bride, the groom, the family, and everybody's going to tell you the vision of what they want for the wedding. Oh, we want the wedding to be this, we want to have it in this, we want to have this type of decor, and all those amazing stuff they give you, those are your requirements that you would work with as a project manager. I need to ensure that all these are documented properly. All your milestones are identified. So what's the first milestone? We need to get a venue. We need to get the right vendors. We need to get the wedding gowns. All your milestones or key accomplishments are listed, and you need to work with them daily or maybe meeting with them often to ensure that, and especially if you're delivering your project using Agile, quite often to ensure that you are mitigating against any risk, you're communicating with them throughout the process, you're delivering value based on their specified requirements. And then come December, we go for the wedding. The wedding is as exactly as they want it. That is an example of a project. And the role of a project manager is to ensure that end-to-end delivery of that wedding is taken care of by them. So just to go under it now, the project manager is a professional that is responsible for both planning the project, organizing the project, overseeing the specific task or project to ensure that it's been delivered according to the set value. They also ensure that the goals that are set for that project is achieved. quality is in place. For me, I'm a quality freak, so I would say quality is in place, and we're not just doing wishy-washy projects. So let's say, for example, we want to deliver an app for, let's say, Man City. We want to deliver a gaming app for Man City. We need to ensure that we work collaboratively with Man City. We ensure that quality is in place, the app is tested, is functioning properly, all the milestones for that app is put in place. We deliver that app based on the timeline and within the budget for Man City. And any challenge we have, we're communicating it, we're mitigating against any risk as well. And all these are the things that a project manager needs to do. So your role as a project manager involves effective communication. You need to have the right leadership skills. Problem solving is key because, trust me, you will deal with a lot of curveballs. And also the successful completion of that project is also your responsibility as well. Moving on to project management methodologies. And when we say methodology, I don't want you to think of big English. I want you to think of a way, or let me break it down, the method in which we deliver the project. So that means it's a structured approach to planning, to executing, and to completing, successfully completing, and not just completing, successfully completing the project efficiently. So it means how we define our project goals, how we break them down into smaller tasks that can be achieved within a realistic time frame, how we assign the right responsibilities to the people involved in the project as well, and also initiating the right timeline for the project. And for us, I would say we usually go with the two main project management methodology. The first one is Agile, and the second one is Scrum. So when we say waterfall, I want to look for, I always give a very, very funny example or a funny illustration. So I would ask, how many people love to shower using the shower? So not bath or anything. So how many people have used the shower to shower before? I know it's a very stupid question, but pardon me. How many people use the shower often? Anyone wants to volunteer? Thank you, Zainab. When you shower using the shower now, or when you take a bath using the shower, can you give me an illustration of what happens from when you open the tap and everything like that? Not too graphic though, but just an example of what happens. So you turn on your tap, what happens afterward?
I turn on my tap and make sure that the water is warm, not too hot, not too cold. I get my soap, my sponge, and I stay under it. I turn it off from time to time, so it's not just all
I
of
like
them.
you. You're conserving water.
Yes.
I need to learn that. All right. So I have a question for you. So when you turn on the shower, right, and you're taking your bath, the water flows from the top down and then it goes down the drain. I guess so, right?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a situation where the water flowed down and then the water went back up into the shower again?
Not that I've seen. No.
All right, thank you, Zainab. So when we're using the waterfall methodology, it's a sequential approach in which we deliver a project. And the funny example that myself and Zainab just walked through now is when you think of waterfall, imagine of water coming from the top of a cliff or maybe from your shower and the water goes down. There's no cycle that makes the water goes back. So if you're delivering a project using waterfall methodology, you're doing it in a sequential and linear approach. That means you're doing it from step to step, and you can't skip a step and go back. So whatever you do in your planning phase and you're in your execution stage, you can't go back while you're executing to replan. Do you understand what I mean? So you need to go through each phases to deliver the project as well. For Agile, it is flexible. And one thing to bear in mind is with waterfall is there's a lot of documentation is in place. It is not that flexible, it is quite rigid, and you work in phases. And most times at the end of the waterfall project or using the waterfall methodology to deliver a project, the stakeholders are not fully involved during the delivery of that project. It is only when the project is completed that you say, okay, there you go, here's your project. So let's say, for example, Mercedes-Benz comes to us and says, Nibeltech team members, please, can you work on building the 2025 model for CLA, for example? And if it is a waterfall project, we're going to get all the requirements. You can say for the first 2 months of that project, you're going to be gathering requirements, documentation, talking to the stakeholders, understanding what they want us to deliver. And then we'll tell them at the end of the project, at the end of 2024, come back and get your car. So that means when we are initiating the project, planning the project, executing, monitoring, and everything like that, we have less involvement from the stakeholders in there. However, if we're doing Agile, Agile is quite iterative and flexible approach to delivering projects. That means we are open to negotiations, we are open to changes, we are open to adapt, inspect, and adapt. And we are also open to customers' feedback and stakeholders' feedback as well. So if we're building the Mercedes-Benz using the Agile methodology, for example, if we say we run monthly sprints, every month, stakeholders from Mercedes-Benz would come and look at the car, look at whatever we've built off the car, give us feedback. Whatever feedback we get, we take it on board to improve whatever we are building in the next month. So that means there's this circle that is involved, and we are adaptive, we are open to change, and we are flexible. However, for Agile methodology, we deliver the project into small bits, into small increments, and we deliver in cycles called sprints. A lot of organizations use waterfall because there are some projects that you can deliver with waterfall 100%. So projects that you are quite clear around the requirements, there's less changes in between, or maybe smaller projects, you are able to deliver using waterfall. However, complex projects, software projects, tech projects, we tend to go more with Agile methodology because we're open to change, right? We don't want to build something and at the end of the day, for example, end of 2024, Mercedes-Benz comes and they see the car and they are like, we thought we wanted it in white, but we don't want it in white anymore. We want it in gray. We can't change it anymore because it's the end of the project. We've already spent your money to deliver a white Mercedes-Benz. You can't tell us change it to gray last minute, right? But if it was Agile, let's say at the 4th month, Mercedes-Benz came back and said, okay, we want to change the color from white to gray. We'll be like, no problem. Give us the requirements or let us understand the new requirements. We'll inspect and adapt. We'll change the color for you. So in as much as a lot of tech organizations were using waterfall, a group of people went together and said, you know what, let's introduce a new way of working that is better collaborative, that is flexible and adaptable, and they came up with Agile. And now most organizations in the UK and around the world are implementing or are utilizing Agile methodology to deliver their complex projects. So why project management anyway? Why do I even want to do project management, or why is project management important? One, goal achievement. So project management ensures that we deliver projects that is aligned based on our organizational goals and objectives. Also, if project managers provide a structured way in which we achieve our desired outcomes. Resource optimization. When you plan, there's this adage that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I hope I said it correctly this time. When you plan properly, you are able to effectively allocate your resources, your time, your money, your manpower to deliver value easily and optimize it as well. So that means we also get to minimize waste, which means we are lean in our process and we are able to maximize our productivity. Also, we get to manage risk because we would have identified what those risks are, and then we can identify who wants the risk, how do we mitigate the risk, who accepts it, and you have the word roam. How do we roam the risk basically? And understand any uncertainties and anything that might trip us down as well. And any challenges that we foresee, we are able to plan against those. And then we have time and cost control. When we plan our projects, we are able to eliminate any unrealistic timeline and make sure that we are also working against our budget. And project management also helps us to track and control the progress of our project effectively as well. Quality assurance is key because we ensure that whatever we're building is fit for purpose and it meets the quality guidelines. And then lastly, we are integrating quality management into every process of our project management lifecycle. Last one, which is key for both project managers and Scrum Masters, is stakeholder communication or stakeholder management. So your stakeholder is anybody that will be involved, influenced by your project or anything that you're delivering as well. So project management helps us to facilitate a clear and concise, effective communication plan among both the team members, both other stakeholders and other project managers on that project, and also helps us to embrace collaboration with everybody that is on the project and understanding of our project objectives. So all these are the reasons why project management is important. And one thing to notice, this is one of the reasons why they pay project managers well, because for you to be able to help an organization deliver value by planning their project effectively, trust me, they are willing to pay the bucks for it as well. The next thing we're going to talk about is Scrum. Remember, I talked about Agile earlier. So Scrum is a framework under Agile. And a simple way to explain it is Scrum is like a flavor of Agile or a brand of Agile. So that means even though it is under Agile, you see Agile as a bigger umbrella and Scrum is just under it as well. And for Scrum, when you hear Scrum, all I want you to bear in mind is a way of working that helps teams of people manage their work through a set of values, set of principles, and ways of working. And a lot of people will be like, where does the word Scrum comes from? What does Scrum even mean? Scrum is gotten from the game of rugby. So for anybody that is into sports or is into rugby, I'm sure you would know what Scrum is as well. And you would see a group of people playing rugby coming together to maybe set a strategy, understand what they want to do, and then they charge forward together. And that is basically what a Scrum team does. So Scrum team comes together, we are self-organizing. I need you to bear that in mind. A Scrum team is self-organizing. Nobody will tell them what to do. They know what to do. They have the skill sets and the experience to do what they want to do. So they are able to deliver value by themselves. So as a Scrum Master, you're not going to go there to say, Chichi, you need to do A, B, C, D. Ibukun, you need to do E, F, G. They know what they want to do. They are self-organizing around their work as well. A Scrum team also understands what they want to deliver. They plan around that work, understand what challenge they have, self-organize around resolving those challenges, and they reflect on their successes and their wins. And lastly, they look for ways in which they can continuously improve themselves. A lot of organizations are adopting Scrum because one, it has structure around it, it has principles, it encourages accountability as well. And this is one of the reasons why Scrum is so popular. So in Scrum, you have a set of meetings, you have a set of roles, and everybody work together to deliver value. And then we need to understand, so we know what Scrum is. Who is then a Scrum Master? Or why do they call them Scrum Masters? We call Scrum Masters the master of the framework Scrum. That means you are the person that has that knowledge of it. And then your responsibility is to go into organizations to teach them this way of working, to mentor them, to use this way of working to deliver value. So the Scrum Master helps to facilitate Scrum to the wider team by ensuring that the framework is followed. Remember, I said it has a set of principles, roles, guidelines, meetings, and all those things. It is your responsibility as Scrum Masters to ensure that all these are adopted and utilized effectively as well, and basically help the team to deliver value and improve their ways of working or their workflow. So like we said, Scrum, I said earlier, is the master of Scrum. You ensure that they follow that framework. Any challenge or any blockers they have along the way, it is your responsibility to ensure that you remove it for them. So Scrum Master is a teacher, you are a facilitator, you are a coach, you help them resolve conflicts that might be within your team. You manage the tools that they use as well. So let's say, for example, your team members are using maybe Jira or Trello. You ensure that they use those tools effectively and they get value from using these tools as well. You support your team members, any disagreements they have, you motivate them to do more. You facilitate the right meetings. So your stand-ups, your retros, your planning, all these things are what you do. You also ensure that you protect the team from external influences. You help your team remove any blockers, like I said, anything that may want to slow them down or maybe trip them up or make them deliver slower, you take that out. And then lastly, you report on the progress of your team to your stakeholders or your leadership team as well. I already talked about why Scrum, but I'm going to just leverage on explaining it more now. So we are using Scrum more, or a lot of tech organizations are using Scrum more because for us, it enables us to respond positively to change. It enables us to make those changes quickly as well, and enables us to deliver value faster to our customers. So we are delivering value faster, we are delivering value constantly. Tell me, which organization doesn't want that? So let's say, for example, every year, you know that you're going to get a new iPhone. So iPhone 15 is out, you know, next year you get iPhone 16, upper year you get iPhone 17. And like that, they are able to maintain that fast and frequent delivery based on the fact that I know Apple is fully into Scrum and Agile as well. We have happier stakeholders because they are involved in everything we do. They are definitely happy about the result. They're also able to give us feedback and we're able to adapt those feedback as well. Versatility, one thing to bear in mind is in as much as we use Scrum a lot in the tech industry, Scrum is now being adopted worldwide. So in education, in healthcare, in medicine, in tech, for example, Scrum is now being adopted as well. So anybody, any organization can decide to implement Scrum. Even in your day-to-day life, you can decide, okay, I want to implement Scrum as well. And then for us, we are able to deliver value on a sustainable place. And then the risk of delivering what the customers or what the stakeholders don't want is low because we are engaging them every step of the way. So we have lower risk as well. So all these are the reasons why we are favoring Scrum over waterfall. But like I said, remember some organizations still use waterfall and they deliver value using waterfall. Any question before we go to the next side of the slide? Any question on PM or Scrum? Yes, Zainab.
I just want to confirm something. So Scrum as on its own is quite broad and also project management. So would you advise someone to, to do both in the boot camp and, how can they navigate through or combine both of them? Because you're just explaining it, you're summarizing it right now, but it seems very broad. So doing both at the same time and, trying to look for work, would you advise someone to do both and, how can they combine it?
One thing to say is, and for me, I've seen both the Scrum Master curriculum and the project management curriculum. For your project management curriculum, you would do a bit of Scrum. And for your Scrum Master curriculum, you will do a bit of project management. However, is it advisable for you to combine both in one bootcamp? Advisable not, because I feel the curriculum for PM alone will take you your 8 weeks straight up. And your curriculum for, please, if you're not talking, can you go on mute, please?
27. Do you know how much surgery they do? You think they are poor?
Sally, we hope they're not poor. All right. So my
Sorry,
advice
please, I want
would
to ask this question she asked. Sorry for interrupting. Is it
Yeah,
also
go on.
possible to combine Scrum with software testing in the bootcamp, or software testing, is it not one of the courses offered at the bootcamp?
So software testing is one of the courses we offer. That should kickstart sometimes in February or March. However, my advice would be to take one bootcamp at a time. I remember at the beginning, I said a bootcamp is, for example, something you should learn in maybe a year or 2 years. We're compressing it into what you can learn in 8 weeks. So for your SM or PM bootcamp, it is already going to be intense for you. And then you want to take another one. So my advice would be take one bootcamp, finish it, do your certification, know your stuff around it, get your CV done, apply for roles while you take other bootcamps. So that means you have a bird at hand. And they also say something that a jack of all trades is a master of none. Take something first, learn it, be sure you're good at it. You're not even good, you're excellent at it. you can defend what you know in front of anybody around the world, and you can deliver value based on what you know in any role, then happy days, take other bootcamp as well. So for me, I'm not going to advise you to take Scrum Master Bootcamp, Project Management Bootcamp at the same time, because trust me, I've seen what the Scrum Master Bootcamp is like. I know what the Project Management Bootcamp is going to be like. So I won't advise you to take the two at the same time, but definitely finish one, understand one, be able to deliver value as a Scrum Master or a Project Manager, and then you can take the next one as well. And if it is software testing nowadays, it should be the same as well. So just finish one. And while you're applying for jobs on one, you can definitely be taking the other one as well.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Welcome.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Okay, so to the best of my knowledge now, per the description you just gave, since Scrum is a framework, it's a part framework under PM, can we say that Scrum is a subset of PM?
Scrum is the what?
Subset. I mean, it's a
Subset of.
Yeah.
So project management itself is, I would say, we have different methodologies under it. And then Scrum is a subset of a methodology that we use to deliver value as a project manager. So yes, you're right. However, remember, for project management, there's also waterfall as well. So you can't just say Scrum is a subset of PM. You can say Scrum is a subset of Agile, and then Agile is a methodology that you use to deliver a project as well. So don't mix it up together, because there are also Kanban. We have Lean XP. We have Lean. We have XP as well. So how will I put it now? Scrum is a subset of Agile, and then Agile is a methodology that we also use to deliver value or to deliver a project. Is that clear?
Okay, but some PM practitioners also undertake roles, Scrum roles in an organization. Yeah, is it because
so there is Agile PM. So an Agile project manager is a project manager that would come into an organization and help us deliver the project using the Agile methodology or the Agile way of working. We try not to call it Agile methodology, so the Agile way of working. And when they help deliver projects in that way, they will be working closely with the Scrum Master. Most tech organizations here in the UK don't merge the roles together because, like I said, they are different. A project manager is different from a Scrum Master, and your roles and responsibilities are not the same. So for some organizations that merge it together, it might be due to budget constraints, it might be due to resource constraints, that's fine. But ideally, that is not the way it should be.
Okay.
Do you understand now?
Yeah, I get you now. Okay.
All right. Okay. Zainab, and then we'll go to Sally.
You answered my question already, but
right.
I'm a self-taught Scrum Master, so I did the whole.
Well done.
Yeah, I did the whole thing myself, though I haven't taken the exams because, I'm a bit scared and all, but I did it myself and I know, I did a good job. That's why I want to join the bootcamp. But since you're saying that it's better to take one at a time, so I'll know which one to do.
So one of the reasons why I also advise that is you will be involved in a capstone project. And that project that you'll be delivering, your role as a project manager is definitely different from your role as a Scrum Master. And for you that you've been a self-taught Scrum Master, my advice would be for you to see your Scrum Master journey through, to deliver a project as a Scrum Master end to end, understand your roles and responsibilities, use the tools, be able to defend your knowledge of Scrum, and then anything else you want to take on, maybe, for example, PM, your knowledge of Scrum would definitely help you in your PM training as well. All right.
Thank you
Sally.
very much.
Okay, you want to say something? Go on, Zainab.
No, I said thank you very much.
You're welcome. Sally, what about you?
Hello. I think someone is saying something. Hello.
Hello, can you hear us?
Oh my God. I can hear you, but I think someone's on. Is someone on?
I'm struggling to hear you, Sally.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Much better now. Much better.
Okay. I think someone is on and reciting something because I can't hear it. Oh my God. Yes. Better. Yes, because someone was saying something. I definitely recommend Naval Tech. Okay. So, thank you so much for all your explanation. I listened carefully. I'm sorry for the distraction when I was saying you rich or something. Sorry.
It's all right.
So my question is, yeah, it's not about transition actually. So like 2 years ago, I already knew about Scrum and I was already working part-time because in Japan I already have a job, but I was working as a Scrum Master part-time for a company. But this time I quit my job and I'm like, okay, I want to go full-time. Then the requirements are like higher. Like I'm seeing DevOps Azure, I'm seeing, and I'm like, last time I checked, it was just PSM or CSM. So why do I have to do all this? And I'm like, so that
The,
was
the
why I was like,
Scrum market is evolving, but that is definitely, and that is why I said, so Zainab and Adesina, and I think Simi, don't try not to combine it too much for now. The market is changing. There's a lot of requirements. And then one thing to bear in mind, Sally, is some of those job requirements or JD are not even written by the organization. Some of them are written by recruiters. So I'm going to give you an example. I went for an interview for an agile coach, and then I got the job. And I was talking to the guy that actually put out the job adverts for my role. And I was like, what were you thinking? Like, I was even alone going through the JD, I would not apply because I felt like I don't even have any of these things or I don't have all of these things. And then I said, what were you thinking? Like the job description doesn't even cover what I do now. And then he said, oh, yeah, I just did my research and I just wrote up the JD anyway, and I just gave it to the recruiter. And so one of the things I tell my students is, if you think of the JD alone and you don't apply for a role because of all that you see, you are shortchanging yourself. Apply for it anyway. The worst they would say is, oh, we're sorry, right? But if you don't apply for it, you don't know. So apply for it. And then around the tools, like for example, if they say Azure DevOps and you've used Jira before, if you've used Jira, then you'll be able to navigate Azure DevOps. And another advice would be create an account on Azure DevOps, create a project, play around with it. It's very, very similar. It's almost like a similar UI to Jira. So play around with it. And once you're able to play around with it and you understand how you do it, that's it as well.
thank you so much because that honestly has been the only reason why I've been freaked out.
No, don't
Thank
be. All right. We have two feedback from one of our students that have gotten a job and one of our students that just rounded the boot camp. So Anna was with us and she got a job after the boot camp, and I think 1 month after the boot camp, she got a contract role and she's earning £500 a day, and she's in the UK. So let's just listen to what she has to say. And then let's hear from
Hello. I'm sorry, but there is no video playing.
Sorry, Sally, you did not get the video at all?
No, I did not.
I didn't understand that.
Sorry, that's my phone. Did everybody get to watch the video? Or was it just Sally?
No, I actually got to
Yes.
watch the video.
Yes, I saw the video.
Yeah, we did.
I actually saw the video.
I saw the video as well.
Okay.
Probably
Sally,
I was
I'll...
having issues with
I
my
checked it
network.
now. I didn't know I was supposed to click play. I thought you were just supposed to play it and we all watch. Yeah.
So
that's
try
fine.
I didn't
again.
see the video.
You didn't see the video? Oh,
I
right.
didn't.
Okay.
I didn't see
Alright.
the video.
All right. Okay. So the videos will be sent to your inboxes. So Lulu, please, can you take notes? Can you please share the videos with everyone on the call as well? So they will be able to watch. I think Dami and Lulu can help us with that as well. So don't worry, the videos will be sent to you. So you don't need to worry. It was just some of our students giving us feedback around the bootcamp and everything we've practically learned as well, or they learned during the bootcamp. So anybody else struggling with the video? Apologies. I think my internet just went off there. Can everybody hear me okay now?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, Lulu.
Yes,
So
I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
all right. So the videos will be sent into your inbox. Mr. Deji, please, can you help forward that as an email to everybody so we can have the video as well? And just the last part of the slides is around the scholarship discounts we're running at the moment. So if you're based in Nigeria, so not if you are in the UK and you're visiting Nigeria, if you're based in Nigeria, we have good news for you. So in order to support tech innovation and people in Nigeria, our bootcamp will be running at a very, very discounted price in Nigeria. And this is a second time of doing this, and we're really excited about this opportunity. So the bootcamp is going to be running for 200,000 Naira instead of 1,000 pounds. So the bootcamp is going to be running at 200,000 Naira. And we are going to be supporting, I think for the class, we want just 10 people to get on this class for the cohort starting next week, Saturday. So if you are interested in joining, I believe there's a link in the chat that has been shared. Please feel free to click the link to register. Someone within the team would call you and help you on board. I know we have some people that are registered already. So if you're registered already and you still want to put your name down, that's fine. But I know we have a couple of people that are registered already. And I'm trying to share my screen as well, so please pardon me for a while. So that is for the trainings, and that is the same for both the Scrum Master Bootcamp and the Project Management Bootcamp as well. And our plan is to support as many people as we can during this. So is this offer going to be applicable next next bootcamp cohort? I'm not sure, but for now, I think we are happy to proceed with this. The offerings or the course offerings, I'm just going to share my screen again. I'm able to share it now. The course offerings, or basically what the bootcamp covers, is Okay, let me try and share one more time. There we are. Couple of people in the lobby. Just let me know when you can see my screen, okay? It's taking some time to load up. So what the bootcamp fee covers is basically your practical work experience. So that is part of it. Your capstone project as well. So you get to deliver a tech project while you are on the bootcamp. And the tech project you'll be delivering in collaboration with your Scrum teams or your project teams, depending on where, if you're a project manager or if you're going in as a Scrum Master as well. So your capstone project is definitely part of what your fee covers. Also, we have the interview prep. We have your resume revamp. You have a monthly Q&A session with me. We have a free certification exam dump. So this is more like a set of past questions that we compile together that would help you to prepare for your certifications, any certifications you want to do. You also get your reference from us. You have your LinkedIn optimization will be shared from us as well. So we'll give you a template on how to optimize your LinkedIn. You have access to our customer success team, and you're able to join our alumni community where we post job adverts on a regular basis, and also our agile community of practice. So all these are part of what you get to gain for your 200,000 naira. However, for our UK students, this is going for £500, and both the Scrum Master Bootcamp and the PM Bootcamp. Any questions so far before we round up? And please, sorry for my glitch in my internet. I think it's better now. Any questions before we round up?
Yeah, please, when is the deadline for the 200K fee?
So we allow monthly installments. So the first installment should be 100,000, and that should be before the training starts on I think next week, Saturday. And then the second installment will be due on the 1st of February.
Okay. And how many times a week are we going to be having classes?
So you'll be meeting with your trainer every Saturday for lectures. However, you're going to be meeting with the rest of the team every day throughout the bootcamp. Every day.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Hello. Hello, can
Hello.
you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we can hear you.
So is this going to be online or physical?
Online. So for now, for our Nigerian cohorts, our classes are virtual. For our UK cohorts, those that can travel down to Manchester can then come into the office, and then we have a physical training office here in Manchester. But if you're in Nigeria, it will be virtually online. So all your trainings, your classes, your materials, everything will be virtual.
Just to ask this question. So I don't know if anyone faces this problem, but getting a job outside the country as a Nigerian can be a bit difficult. So getting trained with Neville Tech, does it give us like some form of advantage? Or, how does it help? Because
so the advantage it would give you first and foremost is you're getting the training directly from a certified coach. And that means everything I practically know, I'm going to be pouring into you. I'm going to be telling you all about my project, all about my experience. So that is one. Two, you're going to be delivering a project for a tech company here in the UK, which can also be on your resume. The third part is you are then our own staff. So you would be working with a UK recognized tech firm. And that can also be on your CV, and your reference would come from us as well. However, that enables you to apply for jobs both in the UK, outside of the UK, and even in Nigeria as well. And I think one of our students that has been interviewing in Nigeria recently got an offer for 600,000 naira per month in Lagos. So all these, and I know there are also Scrum Master roles in Nigeria as well. So you don't need to limit yourself to just Nigeria. You can apply for jobs outside of the UK as well. And I know some UK companies also sponsor Scrum Masters. So for me, I would say never, but on one condition that you know your stuff, you're able to defend what you know, and you deliver value, like you learn as much as you can learn while you're on the bootcamp. It's not rocket science, it's something you can learn and understand. So you need to put in the work, the time, and the effort as well. So that's all you get from us as well.
Thank
So I have
you.
a question.
Wait, I thought I was next because I'm like number
Sally,
2.
go for it.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So the last person who spoke, yeah, I was around that part because even living in Tokyo doesn't really matter because I'm Nigerian, I'm not Japanese anyway. So applying for jobs can be quite crazy too. But like she said, I didn't catch one thing you said. You were like, we would intern in UK for UK companies. Like what?
Yes.
Intern?
So yes,
That
so
you
while
know.
you are on the bootcamp, you are practically our staff. And that is also why you get our terms and conditions from us. And on your CV, it would read that you've been a staff with Nibeltech. So basically, the project you're also delivering is for a UK company, or would be for a UK company. So you are practically in Nigeria or you're in Tokyo, but you're working with and for a UK company.
Thank you for that. So now I have another thing. So right now, I spoke to one of your officials,
My team members.
And I was supposed to like start this month, this week, but right now I have another certification I'm reading for, and right now you said the 50% discount only applies to like this first boot camp, because she told me that there are other boot camps that will happen like probably next 2 months, 3 months, because right now I'm studying, so I won't be able to start now. But like this discount, is it just for like this January, or
Most likely, yes. Especially for Nigerian cohorts, most likely yes.
Oh well,
and that's because this is this is an avenue for us to support people in tech in Nigeria. It's not like we do this a lot, and we are also trialing out for Nibeltech in Nigeria and seeing if we want to explore the Nigerian market as well. So most likely it would be for this cohort, but let's see. And again, if you need help, maybe because you're studying and you think you can manage both, I'm pretty sure talk to one of our team members. They would see how to support you, especially around your learnings and your learning plan as well. And any session we have is recorded. We have loads of study materials. We have an LMS platform that all our videos are on, so you can still go back and watch your videos on the LMS platform, and you have access to it over 6 months as well. So have a chat with Dami or Lulu. They'll be able to support on like next steps for you.
Thank you for that.
All right. It's Simi. I have a question, please. Sorry to. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. My own question is, I heard you say the classes will be every day, and those that can travel to Manchester should have to come. I'm a nurse.
Let me
transitioning into tech. I work 8 to 4, sometimes 9 to 5. I'm a mom of 2. How am I going to squeeze that
in the
in?
UK?
Yes, I am. I'm in Middlesbrough.
So, Simi, if you're in the UK, you should be on the UK call. And for UK students, your classes is every Saturday.
Okay.
You collaborate with your team every day for 15 minutes.
Okay.
However, we've had loads of nurses on the bootcamp, and they've done amazingly fine. So don't worry, the training has been designed to fit around your work life, your family life as well. So it won't be something that will trip you up. Absolutely. And even if you miss any class, it will be recorded, and the recording will be shared on that day. So you can always catch up on it.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So I have a question.
Yeah, Daisy, go for it.
So the classes on Saturday, how many hours is it going to be?
it's going to be maximum of 2 hours, minimum of 1 hour, 30 minutes. So for us, UK classes would be from most likely 10 to 12. So in the morning.
So also the certification, is that going to be like a Scrum certification, or is it going
Yes.
to be another?
So
Okay,
we
so what
would
about people that
advise
already
you,
have like a Scrum?
if you have a Scrum certification, then you don't need to take another one. You don't need to take. So if you have a Scrum certification, at the end of it, we just help you your CV. Your LinkedIn should be optimized to show all the stuffs on your CV, and you should be able to apply for jobs directly. So if you're certified, I know you and someone else said they're certified. So I think for that, you're already covered as well. You don't need to do any other one. But if you're not certified, we strongly advise you to take at least one certification.
What about the various other certifications? Because I know it's not just one certification, there are other certifications
For
under Scrum.
For us, we advise at least one certification for you to start applying for jobs. The more confident you are, then you can do more certifications, but minimum from us would be one. So at least the minimum for you to
Okay.
get a job would be one.
Okay, so you're assuring every one of us here on this call that after the training, there'll be internship opportunities, because we Nigerians, I know we've had
Your
issues with
training,
people that would come with this sweet offer, then
one thing to say is your training
hello?
is your internship, because while you're training, you are doing the work. So remember I said that the classes is every Saturday, but during the week you get to work, you get to deliver the projects that you've been assigned to do. So let's say, for example, this bootcamp, you're working on an e-commerce site. That internship opportunity is your e-commerce site. So you need to deliver that project with your team. So during the course of the bootcamp, that is when you're returning and you're learning at the same time. And that is why I said the training is intense, and it is not advisable for you to combine 2 bootcamps together. So is that clear now? Because I need that to be explicitly clear. And I know a lot of tech organizations or tech companies have come to advertise everything to you. That's fine. But for us, we stand by our word, and we need to make sure that whatever we're delivering, we can back it up 100%. And that is why we've had an amazing and success stories from that. And for us, it's not even about the money, because everybody on this call and those of our students can say it's not even about the money for us. It's about the value had, and it's about making an impact and helping other people transition into tech. So please be sure of what you want to do. Be sure of our offerings before you register. And be sure that you're happy to go along with it as well. Does that make sense, Adize?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I have 2 minutes left. I'll take Simi and Zainab's last question. Simi, Zainab, any last question before we jump off? Or are those legacy hands?
I think I made a mistake by doing that, but you've answered most of my questions.
It's all right. What about
But
Simi?
who are we gonna pay to? Like, how does the payment work? Because I remember
anything
I called one of your staffs probably last year, and I asked her some questions, but she didn't get back to me.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. So for any payments, what you need to do is just feel anyone that is interested in the training, there's a link in the chat now. Please click on the link, put in your information. Someone will reach out to you today, and they would set up a payment plan and then hopefully tell you how to make payments as well. I'm sure they would get across to you today once you register. So there's a link in the chat. You should be able to register easy with that.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Are you going to be the one teaching us?
Yes, I'm going to be the one teaching.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I think someone has a question as well.
My question is in relation to the class session. So with the UK cohort and Nigerian cohort session, is it that the UK cohort will also be meeting sometime during the weekday, Monday to Friday, apart from Saturday?
So UK cohorts and Nigerian cohorts run separately. So if you are UK based, you need to be part of the UK cohort. And if you're Nigerian based, you need to be part of Nigerian cohort. And then the classes would run separately.
Run separately. So with the Nigerian cohort, on apart from Saturdays, is it compulsory to be available on during the weekdays?
During the weekdays for 15 minutes, yes. So you can have catch up with your team and your scrum meetings as well, your daily stand-up call. So 15 minutes every day. Your team will decide the time as well.
Okay.
So you and your team members will choose the time that works for anybody. I wouldn't be choosing that time for you because it's basically up to the team. So the team will choose the time. I know some teams, because of their time location, we had some things outside of the UK. So they met early in the morning, UK time. Lulu, was it 10 o'clock? And then some UK teams meet 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some meet 10 p.m. as well. So the team will decide what time works best for them, and then you just take it from there. To both UK team and Nigerian teams as well.
Yeah, but I hope they are all going to run the same course material.
Why are you worried about that? I'm going to be teaching you. You shouldn't be worried about if you're going to get value for your money. Trust me, you will be. Same course materials, that is up to the Nibel Tech team, or definitely you'll be getting value for money. And if you're in the UK and you're thinking you want to go with the Nigerian cohort, that's fine as well. But both classes are separate, like I said.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Thank you. All right, we are 1 minute over time. Any other thing before we pop off? Yay. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's really been a pleasure having you on the call. Please, if you have any question, reach out to us. I'm sure you'll have gotten loads of emails from us anyway. So feel free to respond to the emails. If you're interested in registering, just click the link in the chat. You'll be fine. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all in class. Thank you, Tim, and take care of yourselves.
Have a nice day. Bye.
You too.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye.